Stoic expert reveals the hidden link between envy and anger. Picture the last time you scrolled past a post, a friend's brand new car, a colleague's promotion, that perfect vacation shot. You felt that tiny, almost shameful pinch in your chest, then kept scrolling. What if I told you that almost unnoticeable sting is the seed of the very anger that later ruins your closest relationships? The Stoics did, and they left us a map to stop the chain reaction before it starts. Section 1. The problem nobody names. Most of us treat envy like a mosquito bite, annoying for a second, then forgotten. But Stoic thinkers saw it as a slow drip of acid on the mind. Seneca flat out called envy the most pointless of emotions because it destroys only the person feeling it. It never touches the one being envied. Left unattended, it mutates. First comes the clenched jaw when you hear good news about a rival. Next, the snappy comment you didn't mean. Finally, the full eruption rage at a partner, resentment at a sibling, cold distance from a friend who has it easier. The hidden danger is that envy rarely shows up wearing a name tag. It's the quiet script running in the background. They don't deserve what they have. I'm falling behind. If life were fair, that would be mine. Because these thoughts feel embarrassing, we shove them down. Stuffed feelings don't disappear, they ferment. Anger, loud, hot, and socially acceptable, becomes the escape hatch. Section 2. 4 Stoic revelations about the link. Revelation 1. Envy is a silent judgment of unfairness. Anger, the Stoics say, is born from the perception of injustice. This should not have happened to me. Envy is the rehearsal of that same story, only whispered, that should have happened to me instead. Marcus Aurelius observed that the mind paints a private courtroom where we accuse life of partiality. The verdict is always guilty, and the sentence is simmering resentment. When the verdict feels unbearable, anger storms out to enforce it. Revelation 2. Anger is the bodyguard envy hires. It feels safer to erupt than to admit, I feel small. Anger looks strong, envy feels weak. So the psyche hires anger as a bouncer. The shouting match at dinner, the sarcastic email reply, the silent treatment that lasts 3 days each, is a distraction from the raw, quieter thought. Their win makes me question my own worth. The Stoics remind us that real courage is facing that thought, not hiding behind its bouncer. Revelation 3. From comparison grows contempt. Every time we measure our unfinished draft against someone else's polished resume, a small wedge of contempt nails itself between us and them. Contempt is just envy with a stiff spine. It's the moment we move from, I wish I had that, to, they probably cheated. Each contemptuous thought is a brick in the wall that later justifies anger. When envy is ignored, contempt becomes the mortar that hardens it. Revelation 4. The antidote is always internal, never external. Epictetus drilled his students. It is not events, but opinion about events that disturbs us. The moment the focus shifts back to what we control, our effort, our training, our character, the link between envy and anger is cut. You cannot stop people from succeeding, but you can stop assigning their success the power to diminish you. The Stoics called this the inner citadel, the part of you no praise can enlarge and no slight can shrink. Section 3. The daily practice to break the chain. Name it out loud now. Next time that small sting appears, say the word envy in your head or even aloud. Neuroscience backs the Stoics here. Labeling an emotion reduces its intensity. Ah, this is envy talking. That single sentence buys you a heartbeat to choose the next move. instead of defaulting to anger. Ask the follow-up question. Follow. That should be mine with. What virtue do I actually desire underneath this? The answer is rarely the object. Usually, it's recognition, security, freedom. Pinpointing the real hunger turns envy into a compass. Trade comparison for craft. Set a 10-minute timer and list 3 actions you can take today that move you toward the virtue you just named, not toward the other person's result, toward the character trait you want to embody. This flips envy from enemy to fuel. Celebrate others on purpose. Seneca urged the deliberate practice of rejoicing with those who rejoice. When the college friend posts the book deal, send a genuine congratulatory text. It feels forced at first. That's the point. You are rewiring the brain's reflex from threat to ally, shrinking the pool of potential triggers for anger. Guard the inputs. Curate the feed. Every account that regularly sparks envy is a subscription to future anger. Mute, unfollow, or set limits. The Stoics were ruthless about the influences they allowed into their minds. Social media makes this easier than ever. Section 4. Real-life examples. Example A. The promotion that wasn't. Maya, a mid-level manager, watched a peer land the promotion she coveted. Instead of exploding at the next meeting, she paused, named the envy, and asked what virtue was missing: leadership presence. She enrolled in a 6-week speaking course. 6 months later, she won the next opening with no emotional wreckage left behind. Example B. The sibling rivalry. 2 brothers, Leo and Noah, inherited a family cabin. Leo wanted to sell, Noah wanted to keep it. Rage escalated until they realized each envied the other's perceived freedom. Leo envied Noah's sentimentality. Noah envied Leo's simplicity. Once spoken, the anger dissolved, and they agreed on a time-sharing arrangement. Section 5. The closing challenge. Recap in one breath. Envy is the silent script that whispers unfair. Anger is the megaphone that shouts it. The Stoic path is to spot the whisper early and redirect the energy toward building the part of life that is always yours to shape your character. If this helped you spot a pattern you've never named before, hit subscribe. Each week, we translate one ancient Stoic insight into a modern habit you can use before breakfast tomorrow. Remember, every moment you feel the pinch, you stand at a fork. One path leads outward in resentment, the other inward in growth. Which will you take today?